They thought she was weak, just another fresh-out-of-college teacher with nerves and notebooks. But when a classroom full of high school bullies pushed her too far, they discovered too late that Miss Carter wasn't here to take notes. She was here to teach respect. With her fists. You won't believe how fast the tables turned in this shocking, twist-packed story of justice, identity, and unexpected redemption. Asterisk when Ms. Riley Carter first walked into Crestwood High School, the students didn't see a teacher, they saw a prey. She was young, barely 26, dressed in a modest navy blouse and slacks, and clutched a stack of papers with trembling hands that gave away her nerves. More than her smile could hide. It was her first teaching job, and unfortunately for her, Crestwood had a reputation. A prestigious school on paper, but a rotten core of arrogance. Privilege and unchecked student cruelty, especially in room 203's a senior homeroom, where the school's worst behaved, most spoiled kids had somehow been lumped together. Her first day started badly. She wrote her name on the whiteboard, a paper plane bounced off her back. Snickers followed, and a chalk duster exploded at her feet. "Oops," said Jason Slater, the ringleader of the class and son of the school, board president, leaning back in his chair like a king among delinquents. "Didn't see you there, Miss Cartwheel, or whatever?" Laughter erupted. She paused, staring at the smug faces, and offered a tight-lipped smile. "Miss Carter, please open your textbooks." But they didn't. Instead, phones came out. Candy was unwrapped, and someone in the back even started playing music through a Bluetooth speaker. It was chaos, and the next few days weren't any better. The students walked all over her, spilling drinks on purpose, mocking her lessons, faking injuries to get out of tests, even posting edited videos of her online with distorted voices and captions like Crestwood's clueless cutie. Her complaints to administration fell on deaf ears. Principal Rothwell, an aging bureaucrat with an allergy to conflict, merely said, "Try to earn their respect. You're new, they're testing you, don't overreact." But by the end of the second week, Riley wasn't just hurt, she was furious. What they didn't know, what no one knew, was that beneath that quiet, bookish exterior was a fighter. Literally. Riley Carter was a third-degree black belt in MMA. Her father had trained her since she was 6. She'd competed in underground tournaments under an alias, winning titles before turning to academics. But after a spinal injury and a family tragedy, the loss of her mother, she left the ring, choosing to teach instead. Yet now the ring had come to her, and she was done playing nice. The breaking point came on a Friday. Jason brought in his drone during class, flying it inches from her head as others recorded and howled with laughter. "Ms. Cartwheel, dance for us," someone yelled. The drone zipped past her again, clipping her shoulder. She snatched it midair. The class gasped. "You break that? My dad'll sue?" Jason barked. Riley turned to him with a strange calm. "Expression good. Let him, I have an announcement." She walked to the board and wrote one word, challenge. "Monday," she said. "Gymnasium, no classes. You get to challenge me. Anything you want. If you win, I leave Crestwood forever. If I win, you give me your attention, your respect, and your silence when I speak." Jason grinned, thinking she'd gone insane. "Deal," he said. Monday came like a storm. Rumors had spread school-wide. Students, teachers, even administrators filled the gym. Principal Rothwell tried to intervene, but Riley had already sent legal waivers. She'd been smart, structuring it as a voluntary demonstration event under the guise of a school assembly about self-defense and respect. A loophole she'd spent all weekend researching. Jason strutted out in gym shorts and gloves, surrounded by his boys, thinking he'd be sparring a librarian with asthma. What happened next would become legend. The second the whistle blew, Jason charged, arms flailing in amateur bravado. Riley sidestepped, swept his leg with a spinning low kick, and he landed flat on his back, gasping. The crowd roared. He lunged again, this time more careful. But she blocked, weaved, and delivered a series of rapid strikes that ended with him pinned in a flawless armbar. "Tap!" he screamed it. "Tap!" Riley let go, stood and offered him her hand. He took it, humiliated. But that wasn't the end. One by one, the other bullies volunteered, half as a joke, half thinking they could redeem Jason's failure. None lasted longer than a minute. Even the football team captain, who thought his size would help, ended up flat on the mat with his pride broken and a bruised ego to match. After the last one fell, the gym was silent. Then, unexpectedly, applause. Not mocking, real applause, even from some teachers. Riley took the mic and gave a short speech, not about violence, but about strength, about boundaries, about not mistaking kindness for weakness. This wasn't about fighting, she said. This was about reminding you that respect isn't given by fear, it's earned by integrity. But so is disrespect. Something changed that day. Jason stopped smirking. His gang disbanded. Some even apologized awkwardly, clumsily, but sincerely. The videos stopped. Phones stayed down. Riley taught with power in her voice and steel in her gaze, and no one doubted her again. But the twist? Weeks later, Jason, once the cocky tormentor, asked her for extra tutoring. At first she thought it was a trap, but he was genuine. His father had threatened to pull him from school over the embarrassment. He was scared. For the first time, someone had knocked down his world and shown him how hollow it was. To do better, he mumbled. Riley agreed. He met every Thursday. His grades improved. His arrogance didn't vanish, but it transformed to ambition and to drive. He joined the school's MMA club, which Riley quietly founded after hours. Others joined 2 former bullies, shy students, misfits. They trained, they learned, they grew. By the end of the year, Crestwood had changed not because of a fight, but because one woman refused to be broken by a broken system. Riley Carter became a legend, not for her fists, but for her fearlessness. And when a new teacher arrived, the following year, trembling at the door of room 203, she found a note taped to the whiteboard. They bark. You lead. Be the lion. And beside it, a small photo of Ms. Carter, gloves raised, smiling like a storm about to break. Subscribe for more unbelievable stories of power, justice, and the moments that change everything. *.